Thank you to EA Creator Network for giving me a copy of Sims 4 Wedding Stories, which I have to say is not the final build. I think it's no secret by this point that this pack has very, very serious issues. The Sims are just all over the place. In my first testing, I found it impossible to get Sims to do anything. Here are some of the problems I encountered and my fixes for them so you can see what it would be like. If you are a console player, you have my sincere condolences and may you rest in peace. Let's tell them to take their seats. Take your seats, please. Take your seats. Please take your seats. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Why is she dancing? Send the ring bearer down the aisle. See what happens. Nothing. This is just messy. Messy as hell. Let's exchange vows. They're stuck talking. They just won't stop talking. Everybody's locked in conversation. Are they doing it or not? So this is it. This is not good. Truthfully, every time I tried, something went wrong. Where's Clara? You're my officiant. No. This is it. I can't do. What? Oh my god. Oh no. Well then, let's try it with the mod. So let's have them gather at the aisle first, since that's what I did last time. The majority have listened pretty quickly. I don't think this gather at aisle is as heavily modified as my other option, which is to tell them to take their seats. We should see a reaction out of all of the actual guests. Although, when I loaded the game, I think a few are spread around somewhere. We'll gather everyone anyway, but you can see they're doing a much better job already, right? The problem is that they're not smart about taking seats. I think that sometimes they try to take a seat that's already been taken. Also, there are not enough seats here. We need like at least one more bench. And now let's actually try to send one of these Sims that are seated down the aisle. And we'll do Mortimer Goth. He's my ring bearer. And you can see it's actually doing what it's supposed to do. He's walking down the aisle. And I also have him set so that when he's done, he will go find a seat. That's not actually a valid seat for the wedding, so he's smartly picked another one. The thing is, the way EA had the builders build these was not actually based on how weddings work. These 2 seats are not valid for watching the wedding. So this row needs to be back another space or 2, and then these seats would be usable. I've tried to fix it, but I haven't had success yet. Anyway, we'll try again to get her to take her seat. So everyone is actually seated. So we'll try the exchange vows, and we'll pick the one that didn't work at first. They should actually watch the wedding. They're not talking. Isn't it great? They've shut up. I don't know why they don't like the wedding, but they're reacting to it. Now, this is problematic. I'm still working on this. Why did she get up? Because it's got a timer on it, and when it runs out, they'll get up. But if I run take your seats again, they should actually sit back down. I'm going to just make the timer longer, because if you interrupt it, they'll do something different. This is very broken. They just pass the ring back and forth over and over again. Does it piss anyone else off that these lights aren't working, yet it's been dark for 2 hours? Jeez. See, I mean, that would have been nice. Alright, so let's have guests throw rice. This is my favorite thing. They pick her every time, and she needs to use the bathroom, so they do this. Oh, I love it. Alright, to demonstrate a little further my changes, we'll go over here to this. For one, this interaction does not exist on the toast bucket, but if we use this, you'll see that Sims are snappy and responsive. Look at this. They're all going to the damn toast bucket. And they're all going to try to find a spot nearby. If we give them a moment to get situated, because, you know, they've got to kind of route around each other, then we can actually get a decent reaction from the group. Of course, the child will probably start making a mess. I'm going to ban that. But you can see that everyone is engaged. Look at that. Isn't that how this was supposed to be? Anyway, yeah, there she is, right on cue. But this is what we want with this. We want an actual reaction. That way it looks like it's actually a wedding. It just doesn't strike me as a wedding. And also, I've fixed this to where they don't stand inside the table, although they can still stand inside of each other. If you use the commands, you can kind of rally everyone again if they kind of get, you know, to where they're not paying attention. But let's try the cake. Okay. Gather for cake. So I did the same thing that I did with the champagne. And the Sims are looking for a spot somewhere around the cake. And this needs a broadcaster. The way that the champagne works, it would be great if everyone reacted to the cake cutting the same way they do to the other thing. So I'm going to work on that. Because I think they kind of take a piece a little too early. But they're eating. You can't deny they're eating. I have to say, even with my fixes here, this is a very, very hollow event. I mean, all we're doing is telling Sims to sit, telling them to exchange vows, and then they come over here and they do the champagne and they eat the cake. And I mean, I didn't do the first dance. I haven't even done this yet. I mean, that will probably work. So, the same way that we get them to pay attention to the champagne, it would make a lot of sense if the Sims watched the first dance. And that is not my fault. See, that's shit. The damn first dance doesn't even work for me. Wait, what? That counted as our first dance. So something I didn't like was that Sims were not paying attention when the couple had a first dance. So I've modified it so that first dance and slow dancing in general has a broadcaster. So we will have the Sims rally at the dance floor, which is something they don't do normally. And I'll pick slow dance together and choose his fiancée. And the other Sims should actually care that they're doing this now. So yeah, this is a bit more realistic, except for the child. And I think that this is what we expect to see if the couple is at the wedding having their first dance. Right? I think it's funny that the kid appears to be watching while making the mess. Just looks you straight in the eyes while she does it. Assert dominance by making eye contact. Well, so there's our dancing. So we can really herd the Sims around now with this mod. They will go do the activities, but I have to be honest, even with these fixes, this feels like just a bunch of busy work. I think it needs something extra to make this pack worth it. I mean, it's nice that it has the world and all that, but you can see that it's like 5 things you have your Sim do. And they're not necessarily engaging. They just might provide nice video or screenshot opportunities. This kid is hilarious. Everywhere. But I love the fact that you can, you know, get reactions out of the Sims now. It is definitely an improvement over what I was messing with before. So, yeah. Cheers. I will be releasing this for free, of course, on the first day. I'm just going to share it with the community right away. I would normally worry about bugs and want some testers first, but I've been testing this a lot, and it can't be worse, all right? It's not worse, no. Oh my god. What? I think that this is a bug with the way it's set up, because the child can't really do a lot of the activities involved in the wedding. So one of the only things the kid can actually do is make messes, and that's why she keeps choosing to do this. Something that they'll have to address is, you notice the dress codes here? Yeah. These Sims are all in their everyday clothes. All I did was, I picked that it was supposed to be like formal wear, and I chose purple, and nobody is wearing purple. And nobody's in formal wear, so I don't know what the hell is going on.